Hi, I'm Daphne from Daps Makeup, here to give you the quick tea and luxury makeup. And today, I'm talking about a brand that is new to me. It may very well be new to you. It's not a new brand, just new to me. It is a brand called Violette FR. And I specifically have one product in particular to go over with you. And this is their liquid eyeshadow slash liner. It's called Yeux Paint, eye paint, in terms of the name of the product. And this particular color, which, oh my God, how unique is this, is called Dieu Bleu, which means blue god. As you can already figure out, my favorite color is blue. But this blue in particular, I just felt was so unique to anything that I have in my collection. A couple of beauty influencers that I follow on Instagram, I saw them use it and I was just like, I gotta have it. And they have other shades besides this. There's two other blues. Like there's one Ciel Nuit, which means night sky, which is more of a matte midnight blue, like this kind of color. If you want it more sparkly, it was Bleu de Minuit, midnight blue, which is colors kind of like this, but then more sparkly. So they have other colors besides blue. They have some lavender and more pinky tone colors. So I think they had like maybe like an antique gold, greenish gold color. So they do have other colors besides blue. But since this is my first time trying this brand, I just went with just one product, and then I figure if I loved it, then I would go back and maybe get more. I'll show you the outside box in a second, but you know, sleek packaging. You know, I love the gold detail at the top. I don't know if the camera's gonna focus, but don't worry, I'm gonna show you pictures and swatches of the product. Heavy swatch, blended out swatch, so don't worry, you'll get more detail in terms of this look. One other thing that I bought with this, it's not makeup, but I have to show you. I'm not wearing it now, but I want to show it to you in front of you, is I got this sweatshirt. Oh, how cool is this? So, as you can see, it has a brand name on it, Violette VR. And I don't know if you can appreciate this, but it had, like, the lettering is raised. It's raised, but it's not like applique kind of thing either, you know? This isn't, and it just feels like good material, like it's not cheap or anything like that. You know, it just, everything about it is just, it's beautiful, beautiful. So it feels great. This is a size small. I love this because just like the eyeshadow, as much as I love blue, I don't have any blue, this specific cobalt blue and this kind of a blue. So I absolutely love this sweatshirt. I almost put it on today, but then I was like, oh, I just wore it like the other day. I was like, I shouldn't wear this every single day. I didn't know if it was too much matchy-matchy with the eyes, but of course not. I could have done it. So, but I switched it up today. But don't worry. What I'm going to do is, like I said, I will show you pictures of swatches. And I will, I'll show you a quick pic of me wearing that sweatshirt so you can see how it fits on me. I wear a size small. So you can see how the fit is. I love the fit. I love the sweatshirt. In terms of eye looks, you're gonna get to see me do 3 eye looks for you. The first eye look that I did, which I really loved, is I used it as just for wing liner. So I did a beautiful wing liner where I kept the eyeshadow just very neutral and mute. So the eyeliner just showed out. I said to myself the last time with the Lisa Eldridge, I was never gonna do eyeliner on camera. I actually did it on camera for you guys. It actually didn't go as bad as I feared. It went smoothly. It was great. And then I wanted to do some more bold looks where I do it on the eye. Obviously, I have it on my eyes today. So you'll see how I created this look. And then I also did another eye look that was a little bit more avant-garde, much more bolder, where I took the blue even higher up. You'll get to see me create that, but after I did it to one eye, and then I decided to take it down and just keep it to this level. This is more of a bold color that eye look that I felt more comfortable with. But I did want to just, you know, just have fun. You know, I'll be posting pictures online with that one eye look. So you will get to see all 3 looks. And you're gonna get my honest opinion of it. You're gonna get me see me trying these eye looks for the first time. So these are my first impressions of using it as eyeliner, as using it as eyeshadow. See the trials and tribulations that I went through to get to this eye look. So it's going to be a very honest video because not everything went perfectly smooth, and you'll get to see the pros and cons of the product. You know, I figured this was probably a product that you know, it would take some time to get used to, and I feel like, you know, a lot of times, you know, sometimes I debate, is it good to do a first impression or not a first impression? In this case, I decided to go ahead and still do a first impression with you guys because I wanted you to know that, using liquid eyeshadows, many times is not the easiest thing to do. And I didn't want to just make it all rosy colored and show like it's so perfect. I wanted you to show the things that are tricky about using this product that I know I'll get better with, but I wanted you to be on the journey with me. So, you'll get to see those videos and then, I'll give you my final opinion. So I'm going to use for the very first time this product from Violet FR. It's their liquid eyeshadow in this shade Dieu Bleu. So it's this beautiful bright cobalt blue, which goes with the sweatshirt. I'll show you more details of the sweatshirt later. But here we go. I kept the makeup really simple. My complexion is Dior, Chanel on the cheeks, Suco on the lips. For the eyes, I did some really simple mattes from Pat McGrath, Velvet Liaison. Just try to keep everything very skin tone so that this would be the star. So not really trying to make a complicated look. Today, I'm just going to try just doing a liner look. Another time, maybe I'll try, like a full blue eye look. But we're going to keep it very simple. We'll see how this works out. This is a product that I wouldn't be surprised that, takes a while to learn how to use it. There might be some trial and error. So if you're seeing this video, you are truly seeing my first attempt, my first impressions. In terms of what brush I'm going to use, as much as I'm a big luxury person, believe it or not, when I do, eyeliner without a liquid liner, like if I'm using with like a regular eyeshadow, I use a really inexpensive brush. I think it was like from ColourPop from back in the day. It's really inexpensive, but it just has that great angle and just has a nice stiffness that I just think is perfect for doing eyeliner. I normally use this with powder eyeshadow. So now we're gonna try it with this liquid liner. So let's see. So here is the doe foot. So nice and, you can get good swatches with this. So if I were to do it all over the eyelid, I think this will be perfect. But I just want to first just try liner. So I'm going to dip my brush. So this is pigmented. Let me put this back in. I'm going to close back the bottle. I don't know if this stuff, I would assume probably dries up and everything if it's left out in the light. So I'm going to get closer. Let's see how this works out. And if you just know, I will not be looking at you. I'll be looking straight ahead, so you're seeing me from the periphery. So hopefully this shows up. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. All right, this is actually not difficult. I'm going to apply more product in a moment. At least just get the initial shape on. Oh, I think I just ruined it, but I'll fix it. Just to get the initial shape. So I'm going to add a little bit more product to it, but that's just the initial. Going in with the second layer now. All right. I especially want to concentrate in the middle because this is where I think a lot of product got on the inner corner, and then once I got to the middle, actually I lost a little bit of product. Now, I will clean up my work, but I just think this is beautiful. Just the color is just gorgeous. So yeah, that actually wasn't too hard to do. Now I will show you how I clean up my mess when I do eyeliner. Because yeah, you're not necessarily expected to be perfect the first time. Sometimes you make it a little thicker than you want it to be. It's not a perfect straight line. You feel like it's a little crooked. So I hope I'll grab another one of these, and then I will use my powder eyeshadow to make corrections. So, I mean, just looking face forward, I think it's actually looking really good, but the perfectionist in me wants to make some little corrections. So I'll show you what I do. Because even when I'm just using a normal liquid liner, I'll make the liner look, and then if I see little, you know, I feel like it's not perfect, this is how I make it perfect. So I will go back into my eyeshadow, whatever I use on my lid in that area. So in this case, I use this shade here. Once again, this is Pat McGrath Velvet Liaison, and then I will coat the brush, and then I will just go over it, and it's like eraser. So, although, I don't know, I think it's pretty good, but you know what, I see an area where I can correct. So, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but like here, I feel like it's not perfect, so I'm gonna... All right, I'm back. So I did the other side on my own, but it was actually really easy to do for me. Sorry for those who have trouble with wing liner. I don't want to trivialize it. But anyway, I just think as a product-wise, it was great. It was easy to apply. Like you see, it's very pigmented. You can put a second layer, you know, in spots where you feel like, you know, you don't have the full pigmentation. So it's up to you how much you want to smear it out or how pigmented you want it to be. And then it dries down nicely. So, and then I showed you how to make corrections. Like I made some corrections here to just kind of thin this side out a little bit more. But here's both sides. And I just love it. It's just such a fun color. So I guess, you know, like I said, most of my makeup's pretty much done. There's no anything left to do would be mascara. I'm like, should I go all out blue and go blue mascara on top, on the bottom, both? Should I put liner on the lower lash line? You'll see what I put. We'll see what I do. So I'll show you the final look in 1 sec. All right, this is the final look. I am loving this look. I flipped the script for me. You know, one of my like signature things that I tend to do with my eye looks is that on my lower lash line, I will do a colorful like blue, like a colorful liner and mascara on the lower lash line, and then a lot of times on my upper lid I'll use a black liner and black mascara. So this is flipped. So this time I just put a simple black liner and mascara on the bottom lash. I always my favorite lower lash line mascara is MAC Giga Black, and then instead of Victoria Beckham I use Pat McGrath liner on the lower lash line. But I did use also Pat McGrath's mascara on the top because I figured how well does this color match my the eyes. And you know, I feel like it's not just, you know, I know people get scared about colorful mascaras, but when you pair it with a liner, it's not scary. Actually, it just enhances the liner. And that's why I love matching color mascara to liner. It's not the scary thing as you think. I think like if you didn't have the liner, then you know you really can see the mascara, but it actually blends in and enhances the liner, in my opinion. So anyway, so it matches perfectly with the liner, and so this is the final look. So you know, doing a simple eye look but having the fun pop of color with the eyeliner. I'll try to post a more bolder look next time, but I wanted to ease my way into this product. But yes, I'm loving it. I might have to get other colors. All right, see you in the next one. All right, we are back again. We're gonna do a second look with the Violet Dieu Bleu Yeux Paint. Last time I did a very simple look where I just did liner. It actually went really smooth, but this time we're gonna go bold. I'm gonna this time plan to go all over the lid with this, do like a one and done. I have nothing on my eyelids, no primer, no eyeshadow, nothing, okay? I'm initially gonna go in with the doe foot itself, but then later on I will use some brushes most likely. I'll probably start with this, I think it's a ColourPop, a nondescript synthetic brush, maybe to, you know, pat things on the lid. And then when it's time to kind of brush more into the transition, I'll probably switch over to my Sonia G Lotus worker brush. It has a mix of synthetic and natural hair brushes, so it's still good to use with liquid products. So, okay, here we go. I'll get a little closer and we'll get started. Here we go. So this is what the doe foot looks like. All right, I'm gonna go straight in this time. Let's see how this goes. Just gonna do a big swipe. I'll clean up afterwards. Wow, how electric. And, you know, maybe the light makes it even more so, but it's electric. You know, I have hooded eyes, so you can see as it creases upwards, but I don't mind that because I actually want it to go in the crease. Now let's see how it goes with the brush. Now, as you can see, once I use the brush, it's not as pigmented as it had looked beforehand. So like you could see the difference between a heavy swatch and then if you use a brush. And I don't know how much time I have to work with this. Wow, I'm just, because I was like, I'm worried I could feel it getting dry, so I'm like, let me spread things out. I'm just using that flat shader brush. I'll try Sonia the next time. I'm gonna go in with more layers, but I just wanted to work with this as fast as possible, just because I feel like this is going to dry quickly and then I won't be able to work with it. Yeah, like you can already even see right now how this is working out. So this is a different, you know, I'm gonna go in more layers. I'm not freaking out now, but you can see the patchiness. But I'm literally doing this for the first time. I haven't tried this off. I'll clean up the mess afterwards, but just so we get a better idea. We're doing this together for the first time, so I'm learning with you. So I'm truly giving you a first impressions. You know, it's not like I've been using this over and over again. All right, I'm gonna put another layer and just focused on just the lid right now. And I'm gonna tap lightly, not too much, because I'm trying to build up the pigmentation a little bit. And that's the other question too, is, you know, do you want it to be a lighter smoke or do you want all out pigment? And that's a question you have to make for yourself. How bold do you want it? Because you can shear this out depending on how much you blend it. But I'm gonna try to be bold on the lid and then kind of blend out afterwards. I'm gonna clean up afterwards. I will get Myocell water and a brush or Q-tip and clean up. So I'm just lightly packing in and allowing it to kind of dry. All right. Now I'm gonna go back, this time now with the brush. I'm gonna just kind of lightly, I'm just lightly tapping, and then I'm gonna go in, especially with my hooded eyes, I don't like separation. You know, I like things to like have a gradient and build out, because this is interesting. I love this as liner. Liner was really easy to use. Using this all over is a little bit more difficult. So like I said, I'm doing this all first part. I don't mind this stuff because I'm gonna clean it up. But I'm just looking to see, like, you know, like you can see the patchiness. Like I'm trying to do this, like, blend it, like I wanted to try to create a gradient, and it's becoming more difficult. Now, I like how I was able to build up on the lid, and that applied actually great. But like I said, I have hooded eyes, so I like there to be a gradient. So let's keep working. I'm not giving up. We're gonna keep working with it. There we go. And what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna make sure this time, like, I think it's important that I don't close my eyes too early. I'm keeping my eyes closed as I do this. Okay, I think we're, all right, I'm starting to get the hang of it. Like I said, I'm showing you like a true first impression. I'm gonna just get another brush and see how much I can kind of like the edges, because that's my thing. I'm trying not to have too sharp the edges to be too sharp, but then at the same time, I don't want gaps. I don't want it to be... All right, I'm gonna clean things up a little bit, do some stuff off camera, see how I feel about this. And then I'm gonna think about this. Maybe this is something I don't want in my crease. Maybe I just wanna do just on the lid. I'm gonna keep playing and get back to you. Back again, now I got a Q-tip with micellar water, so I just wanted to do this on camera to show how you can clean things up. So don't be scared. I'm just kind of even wiping. And I'm gonna work on the shape. That was the other thing as I was thinking off camera. I'm gonna, you know, I'm cleaning this up and now I'm using the dry side just because it's getting wet. But now I'm thinking, okay, I'm actually loving the vivid color of this. I just want things to have a shape. So I got another brush. Like I said, I'm using really some inexpensive synthetic. I think synthetic brushes are key. I love natural hair brushes. You know, I'm big in Sonia G and Wayne Goss, but I just think for this, it's important just to have some synthetic brushes, and they don't have to be expensive. They really don't. I want to kind of have more of an angle shape at the end. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm opening this up again, and I figured this brush that has a nice straight edge to it will be good. So I'm dipping this in. Whew, this color is just, wow, amazing. So I'm gonna, and I will clean things up afterwards, but I'm just thinking like, just to kind of, and I'm doing more, you know, bold editorial look, clearly, but I don't know, I just thought it'd be cool to have a real edge to the look. And I'm gonna still clean up afterwards, but I don't know. And I'm even debating, like, I know I just cleaned the bottom, but like, maybe we just go for it on the bottom as well, you know? Like, let's just go for it. Like, clearly I'm not making an everyday look. Sometimes it's just worth having a little fun. So I will clean things up. But yeah, if you want it to be the bold color, then you just have to kind of let it sit and not fuss with it too much. Because the more you fuss with it, as I'm fussing with it, but then you have the chance that you're going to wipe it away, clear it away. I might get the micellar and just clean things up again, but I want to keep working with it, see how I think about things. Be right. Hey guys, and I'm back. All right. So obviously off camera, I zhuzhed up the rest of my makeup, you know, creating this bold editorial avant-garde eye look. I just felt I couldn't continue on with just like a skin tint on. So I went on, put foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush, and a dark lip. I just felt like I needed the rest of my makeup to match the energy of this eye look. Before I go on to the other eye though, I did want to get in closer because I just want to show you something that I'm noticing with the eyeshadow that I want you to be aware of and I want to talk. So let me move in closer. And I'm gonna close my eye, okay? And I hope you can, I think you could see the patchiness, it's cracking, like, and I don't know if, the one thing I will say, the foundation I chose to do was spray the Air Flash foundation. I don't know if that got, but I don't think so, because I actually spray it on the brush and not directly on my face. I don't know, like I have hooded lids, so I don't know if we're closing my eye, like probably like, you know, naturally, but you know, if I do this, it must have creased from here to here. So I'm thinking that is what happened. So I think especially if you hooded eye. Now this, I'm gonna tell you right now, my eyes are tearing. I wanna also show you this. You see this area right here? This, I will tell you, my eyes were tearing and that's what did it. And I even had to kind of go like this. But I just wanted you to know, like, if you deal with you have tearing eyes, this can happen to you. If you have hooded lids, this might happen to you. You know, I can fix this off camera, but obviously I wanted you to see this. And I'm just debating even doing it on the other eye. Because number one, like I have hooded eyes. If it's gonna keep doing this, I don't know if it's worth doing an eye look like this. And it might be fun to do something different. So I might on this eye Maybe just put it just on the lid, and maybe I'll just use some matte eyeshadows in my transition. Maybe I'll have fun and do some graphic liner, we'll see, but I think I'm gonna do something different on this eye. I'm gonna I might use this up just so, because I do want to just take a picture for Instagram, because I just still think it's a fun look. But this is probably not going to be the look that I'm going to stick with just going forward. And FYI, I did also once again use the Pat McGrath Ultraviolet Blue mascara, because obviously it just matches perfectly with the eyeshadow. But I do just want you to know, if you have hooded eyes, this could become a serious issue if you try to put this also within your transition. And if you have tearing, watery eyes, this can happen to you. So just beware. I did not have any issues when I used it as liner at all. At all. It did not transfer over. There was no issues. This is the first time I'm having some real issues with this product. Something to be aware of. All right, so I went ahead and tried to fix things up. Try to fill in the spaces. I try to take some pictures off camera to fill in the gaps. You know, I don't know if you could appreciate this. After a while, I was like, I need to stop, just because I felt like the more I tried to manipulate, the more I kept trying to fix the patches that, you know, it's like now there's no open gaps, but I don't know if you could see this, but like you could see it's not as smooth. So it's like the more you try to fix it, there's a point where you just gotta stop, because yeah, I feel like this is a product that can get a little bit crumbly as it dries, or it's not gonna, you know, trying to add layers upon layers. And sometimes I felt like as I was trying to fill in the patches, like I didn't know if I was actually lifting it up and creating patches, and then it's just like I'm trying to fix my own mistake. It just, so I had to break the cycle. Like I said, I'm still tearing, and this is an issue that I have with all liners in general, so I won't even put it just on this. But like I said, because I'm tearing, no matter if I try to fill this back up, every time my eye starts tearing, you'll get this. But I did my best, and I filled up all the gaps there. So, all right, we're gonna go to the other eye, and this time I did put some, I just put a Viseart matte just in my transition, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna just put it just on the lid and try not to manipulate the product too much. Like I said, I figured as much that this was gonna be a learning curve product. I think everything went so smoothly with the liner. You know, it's like, yeah, but I had to realize it wasn't necessarily gonna be so smooth just doing it on the lid. So, yeah, so these have been my main tools for the day. So it's harder. I can wink this eye, but I can't do the same on this side. So this is harder for me to do, especially on camera. But I'm gonna try just using this. And I just think it's almost like you need to, I know it's like a lot of pressure, but get it on the first shot and not, and I just don't know how much I want to go into my crease. As a hooded person, I always want to go up into the crease, but then I worry about it transferring poorly. The other thing is, I think it might be important to, because it takes a few minutes to allow it to dry, so not to immediately close your eye, which I think that's probably been a mistake as well. So I'll try to keep it down lower on the list this time. I might do maybe some fun graphic liner. We'll see if I'm in the mood, but let me let this set and I will come back, okay? Okay, so I try to wait to let this dry. It's something that when it dries down, you know, great and matte, but it takes a while, especially the more product you put on. So I try not to manipulate too much. I did with my brush kind of pat things down a little bit just to spread things out, because if you lay it on too thick, it's going to take longer for it to dry. But I did my best not to manipulate it too much, and I've just kept it to the lid. Now, from afar, this is looking good. Now I'm going to get close up because I have hooded eyes. And I do worry, I'm starting to still see a little bit of carving, but creasing, a little patchiness. But I think especially, you know, if you're just looking straight on like this, it's not so obvious. Like I said, I kind of fixed my mistakes here, but it was more obvious here because I put it up high. So what I'm gonna do is, because being the hooded eye person that I am, I still want something deep in my crease. It's innate in me that I have to put something. And then I remember I was saying to myself, I don't have a eyeshadow this color. I do have, not a liquid eyeshadow, but actually this, it's palette called Anhydrous. I have this blue right here that I think would match well. And so this is where I'm gonna use powder, a traditional powder brush, and go into the crease. And I think I'm gonna switch brushes to something a little bit smaller so I can get more direct in the crease. I'll be right back. I'll fix it off. Check in. Yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know if you could feel it, but like, in terms of, I feel like it's like, I still feel like I love this color, but I feel like even in the inner corner, like it's coming apart, like I'm getting patchiness, like it was there and now it's not. Even up into the crease, you know. So yeah, I don't know. This is great as liner. I just don't know how much I love it as just straight up liquid eyeshadow, like for all over lid. Okay, so now I'm gonna really clean up my look. I think, you know, this has been fun, you know, but this is more, you know, my more everyday style. So I'm gonna take this down a little bit, get them to look more similar and look more like this. I'll zhuzh it all up, make it look to a level that I feel comfortable with, and I'll give you my final thoughts. I think you can already tell what I'm feeling. But yeah, let's wrap this up. You get the point. Okay, here is the final look. Now, despite my issues that I've been having with the product, I can't deny this eye look. I'm feeling myself. I have to be honest, look at this. I mean, these eyes, look. You can't tell me then this blue, oh, it is just, oh, I'm telling you. I did use Victoria Beckham's Electric Blueberry Eyeliner. I told you already, I used Pat McGrath's Ultraviolet Blue Mascara. And the Amunet blue shade I used deep in my crease. But what the electricness coming from the lid is from the Violette liquid eyeshadow. Oh, let me also show you without the ring light. So this is in natural lighting, and even without the natural lighting, you see how this color, even from afar in natural lighting, how bold, how blue, how it draws you in. Like, tell me that this isn't gorgeous. Oh my Lord. All right, clearly there are pros and cons to this product, so let's sum this up. See you in a second. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those pics and those demo videos. You know, I think from watching that, you kind of probably have an idea of my thoughts on the product. Before I just summarize my thoughts, I also figured, like I said, you know, this is a new brand to me. But I figured it might be also a new brand to you guys. So just to give you a little information about the owner, and I'll be looking down at notes because, but I just thought it'd be just good to share, not just what I think about the products, but just so you know who this person is. So the founder of this product her name is Violette. So she's French born. But she is a makeup artist. She says she's had a 17-year career. She has done, her looks have shown up in magazines like Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, W Magazine. She was the international makeup designer for Dior, and worked on a product development for Sephora. She later became the global beauty director for Estee Lauder. You know, and then I think it was like 2016 or so, that's when she started a YouTube channel. And then I'm guessing not too long after that, maybe, you know, she started her makeup products. I'm not sure exactly the timeline. But, you know, like I said, it's new to me, but, you know, her brand has been around. And then what I also found interesting is that it looks like she's currently the Guerlain creative director of makeup. So, she's big in the makeup world, you know, and that, you know, behind the scenes for so many things that we love. But then she has her own makeup line now. And she has other products besides eyeshadows. She has lipstick, she has cream blushes, she has some skincare products I saw. So she actually has a lot of products besides this. You know, I just started with one product. It's my first time venturing into this brand, so I just thought I would just start with one product. And like I said, obviously this caught my eye because the color is just, I'll just get in closer, but this color for me is just like, so yeah, what do I think of the products? I think you got it from the demo. First up, what I think this is best for, what I thought I had the most ease with, was actually doing liner. That's how I think I'll be using this product the most, will be as eyeliner. As you saw, I did use a brush. I didn't use I don't think, like, if I had gone straight in the doe foot, I wouldn't have been able to get a beautiful line like I desire, at least. So I did use a brush. Like I said, they're very inexpensive brush, so you don't have to go crazy. But if you use a brush, it actually applied very nicely, and it was even easy to put a second coat if there was areas where I felt like it just needed a little bit more product for pigmentation, and then it dried down, and once it dried down, it was set. I didn't deal with any issues with transfer. It didn't break down on me. I wore it all day with zero issues. So as a liner, no issue, okay? Now putting it on my lid, you guys saw what I went through. And part of it, some of those issues, maybe because I have hooded eyes. Some of the issues I know is because, you know, my eye was tearing. So those were things that were causing the shadow to break down. I feel like there's things were transferring and breaking down because of that. So if you have those particular issues, be wary if you got hooded eyes or you know, deal with tearing eyes. If you don't have those issues, maybe you won't have all the troubles I did, but it just felt like I just worried as I was applying it that it was starting to kind of crumble and break down. And then, like, the more I would try to apply to fix it, sometimes, you know, there's a certain level where you can't fix it, try to pile on too much product, because then you don't get that smooth distribution anymore. You know, I talked about how it dries down. You know, it wasn't an issue for the liner, and I think because with the liner and with me using the brush, I'm using a small amount. But when you're doing a heavy swatch on the eye, putting a significant amount at a time, it takes longer to dry. So I was kind of like waiting, because especially being a hooded eye person, you got to try to kind of keep your eyes open, kind of keep your eyes like this, close your eyes. You're trying not to have your eyes closed, but like waiting around for it to dry. It took a little bit longer than I'd liked for it to dry. When it finally dries down, it is set. But the more product you put, the longer it takes to dry down and so forth. So that is one thing I had issues with, you know, applying it. I'll try to get closer here. Like, see, the thing about it is from afar, it's absolutely gorgeous. Me being nitpicky, and I don't know if you're going to appreciate this, I'm going to close my eyes and hope you saw in the demo video, but it's just, it can get a little bit not as smooth. You know, there can be areas of patchiness, or, you know, it's not going to be a nice smooth surface as I'd love it to be. I don't do liquid eyeshadows that often, but the two brands that I do like right now for liquid eyeshadow would be Lisa Eldridge. I think her liquid eyeshadow formula is fabulous. I love it. I can use the doe foot, apply it. I didn't deal with creasing. It dries down and no issues. I think in terms of her line, you know, she has very classic, sophisticated colors, and her colors, I don't think she really has matte colors, if I recall. So they all have a little bit of sparkle to it, which is beautiful, because I love a good sparkle. But that's one thing, like comparative to Violette, she has both, this is an all matte, but she has some sparkly colors and she has some matte colors, and she has more bright and fun colors than Lisa Eldridge does. So just color selection wise, it's just a more fun and color collection. and just you have different choices of formulas. But in terms of the practicality of working with it, I do prefer Lisa Eldridge. And then the other brand that I would bring up would be Danessa Meyer's Color Fix. That's more reminiscent of this because she has all different foils, metallics, all of that. Now she has a matte. So especially when I'm thinking direct to head-to-head comparison, now there's a matte that's similar to this. I would also give the nod to Danessa. I think her formula is better. I never had to deal with any transfer cracking issues. I think it set down faster. I was able to apply it easily. It just spread well. I could use a brush. You know, one thing I was trying to do, also when I was trying to do this look, especially the first look, that avant-garde look, I was trying to put it on heavy on the lid, and then I wanted, you know, as I got into the transition to like kind of blur it out, and I wanted to try to create a gradient. And I really wasn't able to do that well because it just ended up becoming patchy and things like that. With Danessa, I can do that. I can do a one and done, and I can have that gradient be created. And then it would set and not crumble, not transfer. It was like perfect in that sense. So the reason why I even went so avant-garde, to be honest with that look, was because I couldn't quite get a nice gradient. So then I was like, you know what? Let's just go all out for it. So then I made it heavy on the swatch even when I went out and created that very dramatic look. But then when ultimately what I wanted is to have this gradient. So for this look, I went heavy on the lid, but then I went outside and used a traditional, you know, powder eyeshadow, and then use that in the crease to create that gradient that I love. So yeah, actually formula-wise, I would, even for a matte, I would still definitely say Danessa's is better. Now Danessa, her website, not even Sephora, because Sephora has a limited selection. Danessa's website has a wide range of colors, and like I said, a wide range of formulas. So she has the most to choose from out of all brands. With that being said, just color to color, I don't have regrets because this blue is so beautiful and it's such a unique color. From what I could tell, I have not purchased it, but from what I could tell from Danessa's website, they have blues. They have a cobalt blue. She has a midnight blue. But it's not quite the same color. Her blues look more denim, which is gorgeous. I would still love to have hers, but it's not like this. She has some purples, but when I look at Violette, she has different. So they don't have the exact dupable colors. So at the same time, if there is a unique color that Violette has, you know, then, you know, you might still want Violette because Violette has some unique colors that I don't personally see other brands have, and I could be so wrong. But if we're just talking straight formula, I will say I prefer, and we're talking about using all over the lid, I prefer Danessa Meyer's and Lisa Eldridge. But I think this works fantastic as liner. Like Lisa Eldridge, like it's especially because it's not matte in particular, I wouldn't use hers for liner. I mean, I guess I could. I haven't really tried, but her colors don't, for me, I wouldn't use as liner. Trying to think if I tried Danessa. I'm sure if I did it, it would work. It'd be cool. But I just feel like this formula is perfect for liquid liner. So I think that's what it's best for. But with that said, this eye look, oh my God. No matter all the troubles that I went through, I don't care. I feel like my eyes are piercing. This color is, so I have no regrets buying it. But I will say it's not an easy product to work with. It is very finicky. It's tough. It's tough. So you gotta love makeup. You have to have the time to spend. Like you can't be doing this like just before work. You have to have some free time to take your time and have fun with makeup if you're gonna use this product. So, but I think this is fun. So we'll see. You know, I won't necessarily say like I won't buy her products again, but I'll be very thoughtful of what I choose. But I'm not against it. You know, if I see a unique color, I would still be open to it. So I think I just want even some more time to play with this more, have myself understand better, like how long does it really dry? How much product should I use? You know, I think now I'm realizing less is more. I think it's going to take me time. You know, is it better to like pat versus swipe? what brushes are the best. So I think there's definitely more of a learning curve. Danessa Mykes and Lisa Eldridge, I just feel like it was just kind of like first time I used it, no issues. Where this one, I think will end up really loving it even more once I fully understand how to use it. So I don't know. Hopefully this was helpful. I know this is a totally different brand. You know, I tend to do more commercial luxury brands, but switching it up, you know, doing a unique brand that might be new to a lot of you as it is towards mine. But like I said, I just share whatever comes to my collection, and sometimes I go very commercial and I'm Chanel and all that, and sometimes I just like to kind of go off the grid and just try new brands and have fun. So thank you for coming along with the ride with me. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Hey, you got this far. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video, and you'll see the next item that comes into my collection. Until then, have a great day. Bye.